As of right now, I managed to do this in part 7, but I was not able to show you in part 7 because the video was already processed and uploaded. So yeah, I wasn't able to show this in part 7. So instead I'll show it in part 8. This is really exciting news, and this is probably the most biggest feature that commonly gets used on a home security system. Well, obviously it will. As you could see, I have it armed right here. Now this is really good because we've never seen this before. Yeah, I managed to get the system on armed mode. Now how did I do that? I'm gonna go ahead and cancel everything. Like so. So this is what the system used to look like. Not ready. And if we try to arm it, as you can see, it's not ready. Let's arm it on the way. We can't. Zone 1, Zone 4, Zone 5, and finally Zone 6 are open. And we cannot arm the system because those zones are opened up. And because I can't do that, Zone 1 and 4 are most likely the two windows in the living room that have the window contact is fallen down from the window or corroded. And that's most likely why the problem is. Zone 5 is the back door, I'm guessing, or whatever those window contacts were. I reconnected it, and in today's video we're going to be connecting the motion detector, which is up here. Now, this, I have not showed you this in the series ever, and you'll get to see this, because this was actually some exciting news for me too. So how did I manage to arm the system? Well, first I put in the passcode, +6, and entered the zone number. As you can see, it says bypass. And what that basically does is prevents the zone that is opened. It basically, the control system forgets about the zone. Like, it's done. It doesn't care about the zone anymore. And we're gonna go ahead and do this multiple times for Zone 4. And it just beeped. And as you can see, it's gonna say Zone 4, I think. Right there. And now, we're gonna do 05, which is the back door, I'm guessing. 04, and I think some numbers don't show up, but watch this. Ready. And that's how I got the system to be armed. I bypassed all the zones that are open, and this is what we get. Ready. Now each time I either put in the passcode +1, it will automatically delete the bypass. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have to put in all of those codes again in order to arm the system. Same thing goes when you disarm the system. It clears everything. So what you have to do is you have to put in all those zones all over again in order to get that, which arms the system. Now, here's this. Notice something. This is the motion detector cover. Now, I took this off the wall. You'll get to see the motion detector in a sec. I took this off the wall, and remember how I thought that this was a Honeywell, generic Honeywell? Well, this is technically a Honeywell, or a generic ADT motion detector. It's not. It's an Ademco motion detector, aka Honeywell, because Honeywell used to be Ademco. Now it's Honeywell. So yeah, it's an Ademco 998 Pi. That's the motion detector that was up on the wall. Now, I'm pretty sure the motion detector failed. But as you can see, there's the little crack. Here's the inside. Really dirty. I mean, this is what you get from 2002, so I don't mind that it's dirty. It's a passive infrared motion detector. As you can see, alarm device, manufacturing company, division of Pitway Corporation. I'm guessing that's the serial number / code. See instructions. And yeah, this is an Ademco. So, since this is an Ademco motion detector, these are Ademco keypads, fixed word keypads, and the entire system that operates all this stuff is an Ademco Vista 10 SE. Does that mean that the door contacts and every single window contact is made by Ademco? I'm still thinking on that, because I think the door contacts had a different brand on them, and I'm not sure about the window contacts. Now, here's the motion detector. This is what the inside of the motion detector was. Here it is. This is the Ademco 998 passive infrared motion detector. Oh, I forgot to say PI at the end. There's some switches back there. We'll get into those later on once I figure out what they do. There's the connection wires, and then there's all these cables that go back there, and you can see the yellow wire. The yellow wire goes into the keypad, which connects to the blue wire and leads all the way down to the box. There's the motion sensor in there, as you can see. And I have no clue what that stuff is. There's the LED. And yeah, that's the Ademco 998 Pi motion detector. And obviously here is the motion detector cover. So here's the system. I'm going to go and arm the system on let's do away, because that's probably the common one. Away and stay, those are both common. Maximum and instant is where things get to get serious. Now, when I first figured out this, when I first got the ready light, I tried arming the system on away. And after I armed it on away, the system automatically armed it to away. And I went into programming mode. I set the exit delay to 1 minute, because that was recommended by everybody that lives in my family. They wanted all 1 minute. So yeah. So you'll see this thing count down from 1 minute all the way to 0, and then it'll arm the system. Here's the demonstration. The external sounder is also connected. And like I said in the beginning of the video, we're going to get into the motion detector later on. I mean the external sounder later on into this video. Here it is. So it's counting down. Let's go to the second keypad. Here's the second keypad. It's also counting down. Alright, it should start beeping really quickly right now, signifying that there is 5 seconds left, I think. Or 10, I'm not sure. I think it's 5. There we go. And it is armed. So if we open up a door, the front door to be exact, the keypads and the external sounder will be sounding. So there's a demonstration of arming it on a way. And to disable it, obviously just off. Now, again, it clears everything. So what we have to do is completely redo all the bypass settings. Sometimes zone 4 takes a while to load. I'm not sure why. Usually I do this a quicker way. Yeah, like 05 didn't go all the way through, I think. I'm guessing it's 04. 01, okay. BF, backup failure. I'm guessing it's 04. Yep, it was 04. And now it is armed, ready to be armed. It's usually 04 that gets stuck. Alright, so what am I going to do with the motion detector? We're gonna replug it into the panel, and we'll see if the motion detector might start up. Cause 05 was the back door, I think. The back door contact, and according to the keypad a while back, it said 05 check, and 05 is whatever those two contacts were, and that's the problem. I think the back door contact may have failed, and the motion detector guy, I think that is 06. And if you remember, 06 was an alarm. So I think the motion detector is what caused the alarm. And then 05 check is the back door most likely. 04, I think 04 is one of the windows in the living room. 03 is obviously the front door. 02, I don't know what that is. 01, one of the windows in the living room. Let me go show you downstairs in the basement. I also have really sad news. So for the really sad news, by the way, I don't know if I have showed you yet, but we have 2 new smoke detectors in the basement now. And there's the external sounder wire. As you can see, there's that white wire, and then it goes up there. So for the really sad news, I charged up the battery from the panel, and the battery is dead. The battery no longer works. It's either gonna have to get replaced or it's gonna have to be dead. The battery had basically a full day from morning to afternoon to charge. And it was at 0%, or 0 DC amperes, and the battery's done. The battery's done. The Gazelle guy is done for. Which is sad, because that was the only battery I have for this. Here's the transformer. It's still plugged into the extension cord, because we're still kind of working on it. I looked at the scooter batteries, and they're basically done. They are basically done as well. The contacts are completely trashed. As you can see, these contacts are not in good position. It's also a pretty big battery, which is, I don't really care how big it is. The only thing I have is for it to work, as well as to fit in the panel. Now, these are very dusty. I found the code, the date code on them. And this one was made in 2009. As you can see, that is an 09 right there. 09, 2009. So these batteries are basically 12 years old, and yeah, I don't think they're gonna work. I mean, the condition of them is not really good. Now, I can take apart the scooter battery compartment, and I can take one of the batteries, the new batteries that's installed in there, and I can temporarily put them in the system, probably test if they have electricity, because I don't think they do. The scooter didn't turn on, so I'm guessing they don't. Alright, so I'm currently charging up the battery that was currently in the electric bike. Not the old ones, the new one. The new ones, but just one of them, and no luck. Zero DC amperes. This one's done. I'm not sure, because the electric bike also didn't charge, so it's probably done for. I mean, it's most likely done. Here's the other pack and the thing itself. So here's where it connects to, and that's where it charges from. So I'm gonna force the battery into the box, charge it up. I'm gonna charge it up using the panel instead of the charger, and we'll see if that makes a difference. But these batteries, I don't know. I mean, I can plug a battery into there. It's most likely gonna be this one, because this positive thing is really bad condition right there. And yeah, but yeah, again, I have no clue if these work. These ones are from 2009, and the battery that's currently in the panel is from 2002. So there's definitely a date difference, but I doubt it's gonna work. There's a whole bunch of window contacts that are broken, which is great. I think the window contacts are gonna stay broken. I mean, if I find cheap window contacts, I'll take them and I'll connect them to the panel. But I don't feel like wiring stuff up. Plus, I'm not really good at wiring things, especially window contacts. I might get the ones in the windows, like the stuff that's currently installed and being used. Well, being used. Oh yeah, oh my god, I totally forgot. Here's the panel. As you could see, there's the external sounder plugged in. Pins 3 and 4 again, as well as the door contact. Last to plug in is the motion detector right here. I have a picture of the wiring so I won't blow anything up. So yeah. Alright, so here's the screwdriver stuff. Oh yeah, I forgot to turn it off. We're gonna unplug this battery guy, the gazoo guy, and then we'll plug in the motion detector. I'm gonna have to stop recording because I have the picture saved on the camera. So in order to not mess this up, I have to pause the video to look into the photo. Alright, it's these two. Green is first, and then it's white. Batteries unplugged. Alright, I have both power cables inserted, both negative and positive. Now I'm gonna install the zone wires. Alright, both power and data wires are connected. By the way, there's the door contact stuff. Alright, let's go reconnect this and power on the panel. Alright, let's go and power it on. And now we better go upstairs before the external sounder sounds. This is now the second time it failed. I have to disconnect the motion. Alright, I disconnected the motion once again, and one thing's for sure. The negative is clogged up. Like, there's 5 different kinds of wires in there. Or maybe even 3. I'm not sure. Anyways, we should be back to normal without the motion guy. Alright. Should work this time. Make sure all the wires are in there. Alright, good. Alright. It failed. There's nothing I can do. The motion detector has failed. We're no longer going to use the motion detector. And we're most likely never going to go back to it. Oh, there you are. Alright, I'll see you later, Cat. Seems like Cat's leaving. So, the motion detector has failed, and I think the reason because it doesn't want to turn on. Again, this is an Ademco Vista 10 SE, and like I explained in a couple of other scenes back then, this thing can support 2 or 3 keypads, I'm not sure. I think maybe 2 is the max. 2 or 3 or 4 doors, maybe 10 to 12 or 15 windows, and maybe at least 1 motion you can fit in there, plus an external sounder. These things this isn't a computer. This isn't what we have today. This is 2002. This thing cannot support a whole bunch of stuff. This stuff is limited to what it can support. Again, this can support like external sounder, 2 keypads at least, 10 windows or something like that, 2 doors and a motion. That's really all this thing can handle. It can't handle 100 doors or 100 windows, or I think more than 50 doors or windows. It's not something it can do. And I think the reason when I plugged in the motion detector, which is now over here, I think the system had something drew power from the system, and all the electricity went directly to the device instead of something else that was supposed to go, which it was supposed to go to the keypads, external sounder, and some of these devices. Instead, it didn't go anywhere. It went to the motion detector. The motion detector is power hungry, and because the motion detector is power hungry, all the 12 volts this transformer supplied directly went to the motion detector. and the system did not have any electricity to power any of the devices. That's why the keypads were so weak. The keypads were making this sound. That's what they were doing. I'm actually pretty good at making keypad sounds. I don't know why, it kind of sounded a little CRT. That's exactly what the sound the keypad was making. It's not supposed to do that. It's not supposed to do that. And that's because all the electricity that should be going to the keypad is not going to the keypad. All the electricity is going to the motion detector instead of the keypads. And that's the big problem here. You heard the external sounder. The external sounder did this. And that's it. It just beeped once. And then it was completely silent. Usually, you'd hear that external sounder all the way from the upstairs bedroom. You can't. You just hear one beep, it's done. And then you hear the keypads dying upstairs. Upstairs. And then you hear the motion detector not working. The motion detector was completely turned off. The motion detector didn't turn on. I'm not sure why the motion detector did not turn on. It's not good. Who put this coffee up here? Oh, by the way, we have coffee. Coffee storage is down here now. That's where the coffee stuff goes. The microwave and toaster, blender, temporarily is up there. This thing is empty. And yeah, we're done with the motion detector. The back door or whatever the zone 5 thing is, I might look into that, but I'm not sure. Another thing I can do is I can try and look for an alpha keypad. Now, an alpha keypad is not something that is necessary for the system to properly turn on or function in this case. The reason why I might need an alpha keypad for this thing is in order to edit zones. In order for me to add I can add probably, but I cannot remove a zone from the system. I need an alpha keypad to remove a zone. I know it sounds strange. It's because the fixed word keypads don't have a big enough screen that can display zone stuff. Not sure where the box fell. And that's why an alpha keypad can display much more than a fixed word one. And we only have 2 fixed words. I asked Drift Legend what he has. I think he also has the same fixed word keypad. Not sure yet. He'll send me a picture later on. If he does, we might take it down the wall temporarily, bring it over here, connect it to the system, remove some zones, take the keypad back down, put in the fixed word keypad again. It's just gonna be a whole bunch of stuff that I don't feel like doing. But yeah, as you can see, the motion detector wires are crumbled up and temporarily put in here. I'll put them down here somewhere. I think I'll just leave them down here. Did not mean to do that. By the way, the system is armed on stay right now. And yeah, the external sounder, we're not going to go to the external sounder today in this episode. We're gonna go into the external sounder stuff in episode 9. So you'll get to see where it's located. Because I did some research, and I don't think the speaker is the external sounder. It's really quiet. And actually, there's no sound coming from the speaker. Both speakers, 4. two in the living room, and two in this room, whatever you want to call it, where that keypad is located. And right underneath here is the system, as well as all that stuff. I'm not sure where the system thing is, or I mean the external sounder. I think somebody put it inside of the ventilation system. Cause see there's the white wire that goes up to the sounder stuff. I think somebody mounted the sounder inside of the ventilation system. I mean, seriously. I think somebody mounted it in the ventilation system because this wire that leads over here directly up to there, and when I stand in front of the vent, it's like the sound is coming directly out of the vent or like above me. Well, that's where the vent is located. So I think somebody put it inside of there. On the weekends, I'm probably gonna take the vent down, get a flashlight, shine the flashlight down, and we'll see if there's gonna be an Ademco 747 in there. Because I think there's gonna be a 747 if it's not the speaker up there. Anyways, we're done here. No more motion detector. This is the end of this episode, or I mean part. In part 9, we will we're gonna look into the external sounder thing. Like I said today. Man, it's dark in here. Oh yeah, I have something special. Guess what? I finally cleaned up the food. Remember there's this pile of food over here? It's all stored up in here again. So we're back to the clean basement again. No more food here. So yeah, part 9, external sounder. We'll find out where it is, where its real location is. I really think it's an Ademco 747. Let me know what you think it is, because I think it's a 747, but I'm not sure. It might not. And we're probably, oh yeah, forgot. I've had enough of going down here all the time. If I do get an alpha keypad, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove zone 5. I'm going to remove zone 5 and zone 6. And then I'm going to take these wires that we plugged in and put them in zone 6 and then program zone 6. But that's when I get an alpha keypad. See you guys in part 9. Bye.